Hey now friends, welcome back to 5 Parsecs from Home. This is the Bruce Games Rides channel, and I'm Bruce. And we're going to be doing the pre-rolls for episode 5, Campaign Turn 4 from the DLC, the Trailblazers Toolkit, which is pretty fun to this point, helping us learn the game and taking us in different missions, adding in more of the campaign rules as we go. And so today we're going to be doing everything before battle and rolling up what the battle will be. So let's see what we got going on here. The first thing is we're going to be doing upkeep and ship repairs. We don't have any ship damage. We're staying on this world. I do have a couple of sheets that I printed out. I believe I got these from Board Game Geek. If you check the forums of the main 5 Parsecs game. There's a little bit nicer to see, probably on the camera. A little bit easier for me too at the table. But we've got a crew here, 18 credits. Debt right now is 25. We dropped it by 10 last time. Every round you add 1 credit of debt after you pay it down. So I'm probably going to put another 3 against it. I'm trying to figure out what makes sense here. Maybe 5. That'll take us down to 13 credits. So we'll do this. I'm going to do ship. A little bit worried about paying off too much early, but that could help us out in the long run. We are starting campaign turn 4. We're going to go 20 campaign turns. Let's pay off 5. We'll take us down to 20, and then we'll add 1 to 21. So why don't we pay off 6? That'll take it down to 19. And then there's plus 1 for this round. So in total, we currently owe 20 for the ship, so that's not too bad. Next, we're gonna be assigning crew tasks on page 76 and 82. So this starts to get pretty fun here. So crew tasks. Every campaign turn, each crew member can engage in 1 task, including looking for new crew members. We actually scored a new crew member at the end of the last mission. It was one of the campaign events, I believe, which was kind of cool. Because we have a feral, the roll up on that item was if you have a feral on an alien feral, that you get another feral. We rolled up the name earlier randomly, or we randomly chose the name Brotar. So welcome Brotar. This is going to be a stand-in for right now. One of our Blackstone Fortress minis. This is our other feral. This is Grom, who's been rocking the autocannon. And Brotar, he came from comfortable megacity background. His motivation was truth, which gave us plus 1 rumor, plus 1 rival, I believe. And then class is working, which gave him 1 savvy and 1 luck, which is not too bad. So he didn't get any bumps like Grom did out of the gate, but this isn't too bad. Kind of mix it up a bit. So I'm not going to be looking for any more crew. We're already 1 over. I think that's going to cost us another credit here. Exploring, trading. And actually, before I jump ahead, let me take a look at this here. I think we owe 1 pay for the crew. So upkeep costs 1 credit if you have 4 to 6 crew, plus 1 additional credit. So it's going to cost me 2 credits. 1 for the original team of 6 plus 1. Another 2 credits down for paying 6, 7, 8 credits total. 6 against the ship plus 8. So that's going to leave us with 10 to start with. Hopefully it doesn't put us too bad in a hole, but we'll see as we're learning the game. It's my first time playing 5 Parsecs, so it's kind of interesting to go through all the different steps of the campaign and the world and the battles. It's pretty fun. Alternatively, you may sell equipment to pay upkeep. For each sold item, you gain 1 credit worth of upkeep. So that's not a bad option either. I've got 2 military rifles, a hunting rifle, and a shotgun. I also have a damaged blade that was Eli's. I don't know if they'll allow me to sell a damaged item, but I'm just going to go with what I got right now. Leave it at that. We did our pay, so we've paid off 6 plus 1 credit for the original 6 crew members, and then an extra 1 for anything above that. Assign and resolve crew tasks. We can find a patron, train, trade, recruit, explore, track, repair your kit, and do a decoy to throw off your rivals. As it says here in the introductory campaign, I already have a patron, If you received patrons during character creation, roll up a job for each of them now and pick one you'd like to take this campaign turn. The other jobs do not generally remain available, but each patron will add a +1 bonus when rolling to get a patron job in the future. Not bad. So we're going to be doing this. We have 3 patrons, so we'll roll up 3 patron jobs once we get there. And then we'll see if that, we'll choose one. That's going to be the mission. You may have obtained rumors either during character creation or from event tables. If so, pay attention to World Step 5, where you will roll to see if they lead you to a quest. Once they do, you can pursue the quest at any time. Unlike a patron job, it is not time sensitive. That's kind of cool. And I've got 1 rumor, which I think we rolled up with our new team member, which is pretty darn cool. For this campaign turn, options are limited to find a patron, train, trade, recruit, explore, and repair your kit. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we don't need to find any patrons. We already have 3, so we're going to save that. Training's going to be a must. Exploring, it might be a good one again. Repairing kit, and that's probably going to be explore, trade, repair kit. We've got Mac, who's really close to leveling up. If he trains, gets +1 XP. And let's see, characters improve their ability scores with experience points. This often happens as a reward in the post-battle stage of the game. But characters can also train as a task, earning 1 XP. If this means they may make a character upgrade, see experience character upgrades 123, resolve that immediately. And I think this might get us pretty close. It's not going to get us to 7, which is what's needed for reaction in combat. Toughness we raise, speed isn't, which would be movement, savvy. I think we're still going to train Mac, so he's going to get +1 XP. Grom, I think we're going to look at training Grom as well. Get +1. And then we're going to be doing a repair with Watts. If you had any items destroyed, you can attempt to repair them. Roll 1 die 6 and add the savvy score, which is 2. Add +1 if the character is an engineer. Nope. You may spend credits on spare parts. Every 1 credit spent before the roll grants a +1 bonus. So what we're looking to repair, the 2 items that we got last time, the Robo Rabbit's Foot and the screen generator. So this will be for the screen generator. And we're just going to do it natural. That's a 3. +2 is 5. 6+ items repaired and usable. A natural 1 always fails. The item is beyond fixing. Okay, so that's a bummer. So if we had paid a credit there, we could have bumped it up. So, failed on the repair. Not the end of the world. It's not broken. Don Wenzel could train. He could also try a repair. I think we're going to have Don train. Brotar's got a 1. If I did a 1 plus a couple of credits, there's a pretty good chance we can get him up to a 3. Let's try Brotar for repair. He's going to try to repair the Robo Rabbit's Foot. And we'll put 2 credits in, so this gives us a +3. Just a 4. So we did succeed in repairing that. -2 credits for 8. Not bad. Having another character with some savvy is pretty nice in this stage. And who do we got left? Did his thing, did this, did that, trained. Now these 2. Now we're going to the trade table and the explore table. Evelyn's going to trade, and Eli's going to explore. So on the trade table here, each crew member trading, roll once on the trade table. Just here, see what presents itself. You can get additional rolls by spending 3 credits each. At least 1 crew member must be trading to permit this expenditure. Yep. So it's a 23. And 23 on the table is a worthless trinket. Worthless. Roll 1 die 6. On a 6, earn 1 story point. Uh-oh. No whammies, no worthless. So that's a bummer. Didn't get anything out of that. No harm, no foul. Story point would have been nice. We're pretty deep in story points, but it's always good to have more of those, right? And now we're going to explore, which is each crew member exploring rolls once in the exploration table. Let's see what we get on this one. That's a 63. 63 is found a trainer. Character earns +2 XP. So that's not bad, eh? All right, so +2. So we're in good shape here. Now we're going to determine job offers, 83, 84. We're going to be doing the patron piece here. So I think that's going to supersede the job offers, but we'll take a look at it here. Or maybe that falls into this stage. And then assign equipment, resolve any rumors, and then rumors over there. All right, so let's look at 83, 84. Determine job offers. If you received a job offer from a patron or began the campaign with one, you need to determine the details of the job, as well as who the patron is, how long the job will take. These details can include danger pay, benefits, hazards, and conditions. Proceed through the following steps using a dice 10 for each table. So just a dice 10. All right. Patron table, danger pay, time frame table, benefits, hazards, conditions table. And then there's the benefits subtable, hazard subtable, conditions subtable. There's a lot going on here. So let's do, we've got 3 patrons to roll up to see what we have. The first one is a 1, it's a corporation. Corp job. +1 to the roll on the danger plate on the danger pay table. Danger pay table, next roll on danger pay. Determine danger pay. This is on top of any normal battle earnings. So whatever else, this is a bonus. Add +1 if rolling for a corporation. So we do 10. If you get a 10, it looks like you're going to get bonuses. A 9. It's going to be 3 credits +1. So that's 4. For danger pay, time frame table. The third step is determine the time frame for the job. This is the number of campaign turns within which you must finish a job. If the job isn't done when the time runs out, it counts as a failure. Add +1 if this is secretive. It's not. So it's a 6. This or the next campaign turn. And then benefits, hazards, and conditions table. The patron may offer an additional benefit. The job may carry an additional hazard, or there may be conditions to account for. If you have worked for this patron before, the benefit, if any, remains the same. Roll 1 dice 10 for each category, consulting the table below to see whether benefits, hazards, or conditions apply. All right, so this table here, there's a 1 for benefits. Let's see, what does that mean? So corporation, it only applies on an 8+, an 8+ for hazards, and a 5+ for conditions. So let me make sure I did this right. Roll 1 dice 10 for each category, consultant table below. So no benefit, no hazard, conditions 5+. That's a 10, so we do have a condition. In conditions, another 10-sided roll. It's a 4, a small squad. Uh-oh. I think that limits the number of people we can take. You cannot deploy more than 4 on the crew. All right, so that's going to be the first one. Come back over and roll up number 2. That's a 0, a secretive group. Uh-oh. Add +1 to the time frame table. Danger pay. Just got done watching season 2 of The Mandalorian, and this is very thematic. Let's see. 3 on the danger pay table is a +1 credit. There's no other bonuses. Now we're going to time frame table, and this is where we get a +1. 7 + 1 is 8, and that makes it this or the following 2 campaign turns. So that would give us a chance of, if we did this first one, and then the next campaign we do that one, and you knock off 2 patrons. Now we go benefits, hazards, and conditions table. So again, we roll 1 for each. And there's no bonuses here. First one's a 2 on benefits, and for secretive group, it's 8, 5, 8 this time. So there's no benefits. There is a hazard, wouldn't you know it? And the hazard table is a 3, which is hot job. Hot job is after the job, you will earn an enemy on a 1 to 2 instead of the normal roll of 1. So pretty much giving us an enemy, a rival, I believe. Kind of interesting they didn't call it a rival there, but we'll see. It might just be one of those things in the book. Conditions is a 4. There's no special conditions. So that's it for the second patron. Now number 3. Let's see if we can get something cool. So we did the corporation, we did the secretive group. What's this going to be? 9. Private organization. And private org, let's see if we get some danger pay. Give us some big money here. 7. 2 credits. No bonuses to any rolls here. So time frame. It's a 5 this campaign turn. So we could do this one, that one, next turn, and then that one the third turn. Complete all 3. If we survive. And then now, benefits, hazards, conditions. Let's get a benefit. Like, come on. Show me something. For private organization, no. This is all 8s. 8 plus to get any of these. No benefit. No hazard. There is a condition. And let's see. Condition 5 is full squad. You must have 6 available crew. That's not too bad. So those are our 3 missions, or 3 patron missions that we now have. We go to assign equipment, resolve any rumors, and there's a tip here. And remember, I already have a patron. If you received patrons during character creation, roll up a job for each of them. And now pick one you'd like to take this campaign turn. The other jobs do not generally remain available, but each patron will add +1 bonus from rolling. Now, with the timing of these 3, the way it worked out, the other, like if I did take this one first, these 2 will stay available. And if I, for some reason, did that one, we'd lose this one. But it doesn't sound too bad to take this one on and go in sequence 2, 3 potentially. 2 danger pay, 1 danger pay is terrible. There's 4 on the corporate one. So there's a pretty good little bump for taking this one with the private org. And the only condition is to bring a full team, which we're going to do that anyway. So I don't mind that one. Then we can see what happens. We might even level up and take on this one next. Get the corporate creds. We can only take 4. So that could be good and bad. And then the last one, secretive group. Not much pay bonus, but we can see what happened on the hot job. There's a couple of other items we have. We've got a stim pack, a jump belt. We also picked up a blast pistol. So we're going to give Eli the blast pistol for brawling. We're going to get rid of the blade this turn since it's damaged, so it's not in effect. The stim pack. Got grab dampener, camo cloak, nano dock, stim pack, frag vest. He's the bot. I was kind of thinking about putting the jump belt on Watts and flying him around. Okay. The stim pack. If a character would become a casualty, they remain on the table with a single stun marker. This item can be used reflexively upon becoming a casualty. It does not require an action. That's not too bad to have. Who's got bad toughness? I'm going to give the stim pack to Evelyn. He gets shot at all the time, though. But he's got a frag vest. And a frag vest. The wearer receives a 6+ saving throw. Improved to a 5+ against an area attack. Grom and Eli are both wearing frag vests. Instead of jumping over there, let me talk about the jump out. The jump out, instead of moving normally, the character may jump up to 9 inches directly forward and 3 inches upward. The character may take a combat action normally after landing. So you could, instead of like a movement of 4 or 5 or 6, you could move 9, hitting the jump out, and then continue to combat action after. That's pretty crazy. If I was to give that to Eli, he's already moving pretty fast. He moves on a speed of 6 now, and +2 on a dash, so that gets him up to 8. But then he can't move after the dash, but being able to do that, that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to check the rules offline to see how much I can carry on one character, and I'll adjust. But what I'm looking to do is to get Eli in the ability or the mode that he can get really fast up the table and get into the 6-inch range, within 6 inches for the flat gun to blast people, or all the way into melee. And then he's running at least +1 in melee. And so if we can purchase another blade, I might give him a blade and we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to put jump out on him. If I need to take the frag vest off, we'll do that. And then we'll ride it out. We'll move that over to one of the other characters. Jump out goes to Eli. Stim pack to Evelyn, so she can survive. And then the other 2 items are damaged. The blast pistol, I'm also looking to possibly will be with Eli. Again, I'm going to check the rules to see what he can carry. If we get a blade to restore, then we're going to drop that. We'll move that over to one of the other characters so they have a melee weapon. Blades, pistols, swords. Some of them do not have a range for shooting, right? So where they're used is when you go into melee. So when you get in base-to-base contact and you're ready to throw down, I'm going to use Eli for that. The pistols will give you a +1 brawl. The blade gives you +2. And then some of the nicer weapons will give you more bonuses. So that goes on to your roll. You roll 6s. Whoever you're fighting with, you both roll a 6-sided dice. And +2, and then his combo will be +3. So he's rolling +3 every time when he gets melee. Natural 6s negate that. If you get a natural 6, you automatically hit. That happened to Eli in our very first mission. So I think we've assigned out everything I need to sign out for now. And before the next mission, we'll talk about where we aligned everything else. So let's jump out. That's all the key items we have, and then just nano doc, so you guys know what that is. Prevent 1 roll on the post-battle injury table. No matter the source of the injury, you must decide before rolling the dice. Single use. So this is really a post-battle. If Mac goes down, he can prevent a roll. He's got luck, so I can use luck to do that and negate the damage and other things. So I might just move that to one of the other team members. But okay, we've assigned out equipment. Now we're going to resolve the rumors. And this is interesting to see if this triggers a quest event. And it's the first time we're doing this in the game system. So let's take a look here. Resolve any rumors. You may find rumors as you play. And we have 1. If you are not currently on a quest, roll a dice 6 at this stage. If the roll is equal or below the number of rumors, remove all rumors from your roster. Yikes. You have now received a quest, which you may pursue immediately until the quest is resolved. Anytime you would receive a rumor, you receive a quest rumor instead. So interesting. If I read this right, if the roll is equal to the number below, which is we need to get a 1, then we get the quest and we basically go down to 0. But now now we have a quest that we can take on. There you go. So we now have a quest, which you may pursue immediately until the quest is resolved. Anytime you would receive a rumor, you receive a quest rumor instead, page 120. And we'll just check that out really quick. 1s and 6s, baby. If you just fought a battle that was part of a quest, roll a dice 6. If you have obtained any quest rumors, add +1 for each rumor you have accumulated while on this quest. If you do not win the battle, the roll is modified to a -2. On a modified score of 3 or less, this place was a dead end and the quest continues. On a 4, 5, or 6 modified, you are 1 step closer to and you gain a quest rumor. On a score of 7 or higher, I guess with bonuses, you're at the conclusion of the quest. Next time you pursue a quest mission, it will be the finale. This will always be a straight up fight. You must add +1 to the number of opponents face, and the opponents will be fearless. So this is pretty interesting. So we have a quest. And that goes to 0 on the rumor track. You've now received a quest which you may pursue immediately until the quest is resolved. Anytime you would receive a rumor, you receive a quest rumor instead. Okay, choose your battle. And let's make sure that we resolved any rumors. We did that part. And then we talk about patrons, rumors, and the battle. This campaign turn, you will roll up a mission using the tables in the rulebook on page 87. If you have obtained a patron job or a quest, you may pursue them now. Otherwise, you will fight an opportunity mission. Okay, use the standard rules for determining an encounter. So we have 3 patron missions. We've got a quest. We've got it all. Readying for battle. From the fringe of the core worlds, unified space is full of conflict. Sector-wide land grabs, hardline legal enforcement, petty local squabbles, or generation-old slides seeking final justice. Sooner or later, everybody's reaching for a weapon, and there's you in the middle of it. This chapter takes you through the battle stage of the game, from calculating who and how many enemies you face, to running away with all the opportunities for glory in between. Battles fall in the following types: patron mission, rival mission, quest missions, opportunity missions, and invasion battles. From the campaign turn sequence, page 68, you will know what type of mission to play. If nothing else has presented itself, you'll always be doing an opportunity mission. And determine deployment conditions. Before we can play the tabletop battle, follow the steps below to create the scenario. Determine deployment conditions, determine the objective, determine the enemy, and set up the battlefield. Then you got notable sites, objective, and all the other fun stuff. And what I'm looking through here is to see how this plays into patron. So I feel what we're going to do right now, we're not going to jump to the quest yet. We may do that next turn. But we're going to go ahead and take on this patron mission, which is for private org, with the potential of 2 damage pay. And then we can do it this turn, or we have to do it this turn, or it's gone. And the condition is we have to have 6 crew members. So that's all we have going on at the start of this. So now we're going to roll up a few things. Determine the deployment conditions. You may deploy under challenging circumstances. For quest, patron, rival, and opportunity missions, roll D100 and consult the appropriate column. This table is ignored during an invasion. So quest, patron, rival, and opportunity. This is the 13. And that's going to be no condition. Go to notable sites. If you are fighting an invasion battle, you are simply here to survive. Otherwise, roll D100 to determine if a notable site is present. Make sure to consult the correct column. The item is placed 2 dice 6 plus 2 from the center of the table. We scored on this last time. Hopefully we get something cool again. It's a 44. And a 44 is a loot cache. Same thing we got last time. That's nice. Loot cache. Roll once on the loot table, page 131. Nice. And this is rolling once this time. We had a special bump last time in the mission statement. If you hit that, then you get an extra roll. So this one we're only going to have 1 item. So page 131. I'm going to wear out these pages. This is the loot pages. I'm going to hit those every time we play. Let's roll 1 time on the loot table to figure out what it is. That's a 17, which is a weapon. Always good. 61 on the weapon category subtable takes us to special weapons. Uh-oh. Getting interesting. Special weapons subtable. That's a 100. Which is a hand flamer, which is interesting. And I think there's special rules on this. Let's see. Loot cache. Roll once on loot table, page 131. Doesn't make any statement that this is damaged, so I think this is good to go if we can get there. So hand flamer, and we're going to look at that up really quick. Hand flamer has a 12-inch range. It has 2 shots. It does 1 damage. And its traits are focus and area. Area means resolve all shots against the initial target. They cannot be spread. Then resolve 1 bonus shot against every figure within 2 inches. Wow. That's pretty cool. And then focus means you have to shoot at 1 target. All shots must be against a single target. But, you know, if anybody's within 2 inches of that target, you're also going to get cooked. So pretty interesting if we can get that. And then let's roll 2 dice 6 plus 2 from the center of the table. We'll do that later. The extra thing you do from the center of the table is you roll a 10-sided dice like this. And whichever way it's pointing that way, so it'll be 2 dice 6 from there off the table. But we'll show that before we start the next mission, and then we'll get that going. All right, cool. Notable sites, another score there. And we're going to determine the objective. Patron and quest missions will roll for objective you're undertaking. If this is the final battle of a quest, it's not. So this is a single dice 10, opportunity quest patron. This is a patron mission. That's a 3. That's eliminate. I like that. So this is an elimination mission, which is select a random enemy figure. They are the target. If they are killed, you win the mission. If the target would bail from the battle, put a marker next to them and leave them in place. For the next round, the target cannot move but may shoot and fight normally. If you fail to kill them in this final round, they make a good escape and the mission has failed. Oh, so there's an interesting twist there. Now we're going to determine the enemy and have to find some models for this. Enemy encounter category table. There's 4 of them. Criminal element, hired muscle, interested parties, and roving threats. So let's start there. It's a 39, which is hired muscle. And then we roll again on the enemy encounter subtable. That's for criminal element. We're in hired muscles, so we're not there. Hired muscle table right here. Someone has hired goons to stop you from achieving whatever it is you're trying to do. So we've got a bunch of goons that are protecting this target. Being paid professionals, you are -1 to any attempt to seize the initiative, except I've got a feral on my team and we negate that. Get you some of that. This is cumulative with any modifiers listed below. All right, so here we go. Hired muscle. Let's see what we got. It's a 52. And a 52 is going to be assassins. Oof, that sounds scary. Assassins, it's a +0 for the number. They panic on a 1, so they don't panic easily. Their speed is fast on a 6. +2 combat skill. Uh-oh. 3 toughness is weak. A is aggressive. I think it was A stands for the AI. And then weapons are 1B. We'll figure that out. Hired killers, the sort who would garrote themselves and their grandmother if the job paid enough. Gruesome. Characters rolling for post-battle injuries must apply a -5 to the roll. Tough fight. A random survivor gains 1 XP. Nice. And then that's on page 97. Nice if we survive, huh? Okay, so we did that piece. We need to figure out the number of characters, right? For a campaign crew size of 6, roll 2d6 and pick the higher result. This is the number of opponents. All right. It's a 6. All right. So we had 6 opponents. They're aggressive. They can move stupid fast like Eli. And what else do we get here? Specialist and lieutenant. No modifier for numbers, so it's just a straight up 6. We're looking at specialist and lieutenant. Note that special lieutenants are not additional figures. They are part of the number of opponents already generated above, but are armed differently. If you encounter 1 to 2 opponents, no specialist will be present. If you have 3 to 6, 1 specialist, and then 7 plus, you get 2 of them. So we do have 1 specialist, which made sense. Probably going to be the target. And then if you have 4 or more opponents, 1 non-specialist figure will be a lieutenant. They carry a blade with addition to their normal weapon and increase their combat skill by 1. 1 LT. The enemy force may be led by a special character. This might be the mastermind behind their plan, someone they hired to aid them. That's going to be the unique individual. Or a wandering adventurer like yourself. Unless fighting an invasion battle, an enemy from the roving threat subtable roll 2d6. Which is party subtable. Because of the patron mission, and this is rolling up that this is hired muscle. It's an elimination that we're protecting somebody. The target, which is going to be the lieutenant, that's going to be the unique individual. Made it through that. That's who we're fighting. It's an elimination mission. It's a patron mission for a private organization. +2 damage pay if we complete it. You need to take 6 crew members, and goal is to eliminate the main target, which is going to be the lieutenant, unique individual. And we're fighting assassins that are pretty damn tough. Damage output, they're like glass cannons. They put it out, but they only have a 3+ toughness. So if we can If we can land a shot, we're going to drop them. I have to play this one smart when we get into it. Hey, pay attention if the enemy you fight is noted to be an invasion threat, which it is not, based off of the Patron rules and the elimination mission and everything else. Trying to make sure I'm not missing something here. It's a little bit tough for the placement, but we're figuring it out. Readying for battle, enemy weapons. Some enemies are usually listed with a weapon code, a specialist code under weapons. All right, so back over here to the assassins. Which means they're going to be dangerous. Their weapon code is 1B. Enemies with the aggressive AI type carry a blade in addition to any listed weapon unless their combat skill is +0. Yeah, they're +2. Enemies with psycho, nope. And somebody has a specific weapon. The second is for specialists. All right. So let's see. These guys are 1B. So weapon row 1. So ones which are scrap pistols. So these guys are scrap pistols and they're aggressive. They also have a blade. It's going to make them +1 in combat along with their +2. They're going to be pretty tough. So they're dangerous for Eli. So that'll be the 5 assassins. Then the 1 lieutenant, specialist character, specialist B. It's a 5, and that's a rattle gun. We may see the same the same enemy we just saw last round. I already got a guy with a rattle gun. Got a few characters that fit. They may be pissed off and come back for more. If the mission indicates that you have encountered someone unique, roll below. They may be accompanying the opposition for any reasons you can think of. Hired help, a specialist helped them out, or maybe the real leader. Unique individuals are fearless and will not be affected by morale checks. Alright, so maybe I don't want that because I think that throws off the rules of what we're doing here. Select a random enemy figure. They are the target. If they are killed, you win the mission. If the target would bail from battle, put a marker on them, leave them in place, and they get a chance to shoot. But if we don't kill them, then they get away and we lose. So we can be 4 normal, 1 lieutenant, and then specialist rattle gun. So I think we got that figured out. So unique individual. The enemy force may be led by a special character. This might be the mastermind behind their plan, someone they hired to aid them, or a wandering adventurer like yourself. Unless fighting an invasion battle or an enemy from the roving threat subtable, roll 2d6. All right. It's a 5. Add +1 if fighting opponents from the interested parties subtable. Yep. The campaign's difficulty is hardcore +1, so it's a 5. So we do not have a unique individual. So we will just have 4 normal assassins, scrap pistols and blades, 1 lieutenant, scrap pistol and blade, and 1 rattle gun specialist. Whew, a lot going on there. Made it through that, and I'm pretty sure that is all that we need to roll up. Note that any opponent that would normally have a combat skill of +2 or higher is reduced to +1. Whew. So +1, I'll take that. We'll see how much that actually helps us out. So that means instead of the +2 for assassins, it'll be +1. So that is who we're fighting. So we're fighting assassins who are protecting a unique individual. There's going to be 6 of them. One of the assassins has a rattle gun, and they can move really fast, moving 6 inches up the table. They're going to be +1 combat skill for this mission. 3 toughness is pretty weak. Aggressive. This should be a pretty fast turnaround. I'm going to probably use the majority of the last crew. I think they'll fit for this one. We're on the same world, so we'll just get some different buildings in. This will take us out of the mines. We'll be more of a city location, and looking to see what we can do to get through this private organization Patron mission. Get the 2 damage pay, knock that one out. We've got a quest that we can start next round as well, and I think we'll be having some fun. We'll probably film this one pretty quick this week, see what it takes to get things going, and hope to see you guys here soon. But cheers, have a great week, see you in the next mission.